In the bustling city of Kalyanapura, there lived a young man named Amar. He was known for his charming looks and charismatic personality, but he was also notorious for his playboy lifestyle. Amar spent his days seeking pleasure and indulgence, never staying in one place for too long. One day, as Amar strolled through the marketplace, he heard whispers of a great sage who had arrived in the city. They said this sage, known as the Buddha, possessed profound wisdom and had the power to transform lives. Intrigued by the tales of the Buddha's teachings, Amar decided to pay him a visit. He made his way to a serene garden where the Buddha was giving a discourse to a group of followers. Amar watched from a distance, captivated by the sage's peaceful aura and the profound words that flowed from his lips. After the discourse, Amar approached the Buddha, hoping to engage him in conversation. But as he got closer, he felt a sudden wave of unease. He was used to charming people with his wit and charm, but he sensed that the Buddha could see through his facade. The Buddha turned to Amar, his eyes filled with compassion. "Welcome, young man," he said. "I sense a restless spirit within you. What brings you here?" Amar hesitated for a moment before speaking honestly. "I have heard of your wisdom, revered one, and I seek answers. I live a life of pleasure and indulgence, but deep down, I feel empty and unfulfilled. I want to find meaning and purpose in life." The Buddha smiled gently and replied, "Your honesty is commendable, Amar. The path to fulfillment lies not in seeking pleasure, but in understanding the nature of suffering and finding the path to liberation." Curious, Amar asked, "But how do I find this path? I am so entangled in my worldly desires." The Buddha placed a hand on Amar's shoulder and said, "The first step is to recognize the impermanence of all things. Pleasure is fleeting, and attachments lead to suffering. To find true happiness, we must let go of our cravings and desires." Amar listened attentively as the Buddha continued to impart his teachings. He spoke of the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, guiding Amar towards the path of wisdom, ethics, and mental discipline. As days passed, Amar found himself drawn to the Buddha's teachings like a moth to a flame. He attended every discourse, spending time in meditation and introspection. Slowly, his playboy lifestyle lost its allure, and he felt a longing for inner peace and understanding. One evening, under the starry sky, Amar sought the Buddha's counsel once more. "Revered one," he said, "I have seen the emptiness of my previous pursuits. But I feel lost, not knowing how to follow the path you've shown me." The Buddha smiled warmly and said, "The journey to enlightenment is not easy, Amar. It requires discipline, dedication, and inner reflection. You must confront the desires and attachments that have held you captive and learn to let go." With the Buddha's guidance, Amar embraced a life of simplicity and renunciation. He meditated for hours, seeking to still the turbulence of his mind. He faced his inner demons, confronting the fears and insecurities that had driven him towards a life of pleasure-seeking. As Amar delved deeper into self-discovery, he began to experience moments of clarity and tranquility. The restlessness that once consumed him began to subside, replaced by a sense of inner peace and contentment. Months passed, and Amar emerged from his transformative journey as a new man. The playboy had transformed into a seeker of truth and wisdom. He had found the path to liberation, the path of the Buddha's teachings. In gratitude, Amar returned to the Buddha and bowed before him. "Revered one," he said, "you have shown me the path to true fulfillment and happiness. I am eternally grateful for your wisdom and guidance." The Buddha smiled, "It was you who took the steps, young man. I merely showed you the way. May you continue on this path with diligence and compassion, sharing your newfound wisdom with others." And so, Amar, now known as Ananda, devoted his life to spreading the teachings of the Buddha. He became a guiding light for those lost in the darkness of worldly desires, inspiring them to embark on their own journey of self-discovery and transformation. And thus, the tale of the playboy-turned-seeker, guided by the wisdom of the Buddha, continues to inspire countless souls to this day. It reminds us that no matter where we start in life, the path to enlightenment and fulfillment lies within ourselves, waiting to be discovered through introspection, self-discipline, and compassion.